Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. We are seeing some insane pace of innovation in Elon Musk companies at the moment, both with Tesla's full self-driving software and Optimus robot, and xAI's unbelievable pace in Grok data centers, and now AI gaming as well. That will all benefit Tesla tremendously over the next 6 months or so. And Tesla's access to data power and energy power in a decentralized manner is going to blow your mind. Elon Musk is truly building an AI empire. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. It's all about growth, right? It's all about the pace of innovation. And when we look at Tesla, we sometimes forget where they were a few years ago. Looking back at Tesla in 2016, they were just a tiny little car company with a market cap in the beginning of the year of just $25 billion. Today, they make that in revenue every quarter. Not bad growth in just 8 years. But Tesla car business is not what is accelerating like rockets right now. Right now it is AI and robots that are coming in with speed that is hard to wrap our heads around. And 2025 is going to be an explosion for Elon Musk companies. And people seem to forget just how intertwined Elon Musk companies are. Like Elon said, Tesla investors will benefit from Elon purchasing of X. And now Elon Musk has started another company called xAI, and Tesla will also benefit from that company as well. Just as Tesla also benefit from SpaceX knowledge about stainless steel for the Cybertruck, and they helped Tesla with the invention of the octavalve and so much more. And what xAI has done in no time at all should get people excited about what will happen over the next couple of years. As xAI is already valued about $50 billion and the company is only 2 years old. We have all been talking about ChatGPT and calling things a ChatGPT moment like Tesla's version 12. And I used ChatGPT a lot at some point, but after xAI made Grok 2 and integrated that into X, I completely stopped using ChatGPT at all. Because just like Tesla, the value for money for Grok makes ChatGPT feel like a Ferrari. Very nice car, but very expensive. I pay $20 for chat every month, but now I have something that I think is actually better, basically for free, as I already did pay the $8 for X Premium, so now I just suddenly had access to Grok for free. And it makes pictures like 5 times faster than chat, and when I search for stuff, the things it comes up with are all up to date. It's not like chat that doesn't search the internet directly, so I usually ran into the problem with chat because I wanted to find some new data and ChatGPT was not up to date. Grok is always up to date, and Grok doesn't just give a nice list of links to the websites you can hold your mouse over and then the article or website pops up, making it easy to kind of find what you're looking for. But at the same time, I also get X posts in the search result as well. So I just get so much more for Grok. So in my personal opinion, Grok has already caught up with ChatGPT, especially when you look at value for money. So I don't use chat anymore. I don't really use Google anymore to search stuff, as I kind of get the Google result in Grok with the websites, but on top of that I get the X posts, but Grok also gives me an explanation about what I'm searching for. And it's actually very good at giving me some idea of the number I might be looking for, even though they are not directly available. But then it gives me an idea of what it might be depending on the information we do have available, but reminding me that this is not accurate. So I think Grok gives me a much better search result than Google does. And this company, and program is less than 2 years old. Just insane. So for me anyway, it has already disrupted Google. And now even Google is starting to put X poses on their search result. And Elon and the team are making sure that they improve the things that we want by simply asking us on X. And very soon we will get Grok 3 that is much better once again. And this is of course not X that is making this program, this is Elon's XAI that didn't exist 2 years ago. And on top of that, XAI built the biggest supercomputer in the world, as we talked about before, in just 19 days, leaving every other AI competitor in the dust, as they simply can't build computer power as fast as XAI can. So they will continue to outpace everyone else, and they will. And this is what Brian Wang from The Next Big Future thinks will benefit Tesla in a big way, as he explained in an interview with Brighter with Herbert. I will leave a link to the whole interview down below. But you probably remember how people were up in arms about Elon Musk taking an order of Nvidia chip that was supposed to go to Tesla to XAI, because Tesla simply didn't have the room for them. So XAI got them up and built the biggest supercomputer in the world in record time, and that supercomputer will probably become a Tesla supercomputer in March or April next year, if Brian Wang from The Next Big Future is right on this one. Because we know XAI is buying like 300,000 B200 chips from Nvidia, that is making about 500,000 of these B200 chips, and they will start installing them in the spring of next year. So Brian is saying that XAI will by spring next year no longer need their H100 and H200 chip anymore, because they will get 300,000 B200 that is 4 times more powerful and 5 times more energy efficient. So Tesla could just take over those 200,000 H100 and H200 computer cluster, and that will triple Tesla's AI compute basically overnight, faster than they can build it themselves, and they don't have to build a whole new building to put them into and so on. So this lines up with the article about Tesla having the Memphis supercomputer to train their full self-driving neural network. But the Memphis supercomputer belongs to XAI. So I think Brian is definitely onto something here. So even though XAI got a Tesla order of chips, this is going to benefit Tesla in the end anyway. And both XAI and Tesla will in 2025 keep increasing their data centers and compute power, and getting Tesla's full self-driving to become as good as a human by mid-2025. So probably much better than a human by the end of 2025. Also because Tesla will get a lot of data from full self-driving when they are approved in Europe and China. That will make their data collection explode once again. And Grok will be superhuman by the end of 2025 as well. So maybe Elon was right that we could have AGI by the end of 2026 if this insane rate of improvements keeps coming. But Tesla is also going to be ready with their AI 5 computer chip, or hardware 5 chip, in the beginning of 2025. And that is a chip that Tesla really is going to want to have in as many cars as possible. And that is also why Elon has said Tesla will upgrade all AI 3 chip owners for free, because this could become a goldmine for Tesla as well. Because Tesla is going to want to have AI 5 chips in as many cars as possible, because as Elon has already explained, they will be using Tesla cars for AI inference in the future. So when somebody is using Grok, Tesla's cars will be doing the heavy lifting. And we all know just how much energy AI is demanding. So as Brian also explained, the amount of compute power Tesla will have, with over hundreds of millions of cars and cybercabs on the road in the future with AI 5 chips, is going to be insane. And if you have all that computer power in one place like a data center, you will have to build a huge building to power all that data for AI inference. So you kind of need to spread it out to millions of smaller units all working together, but now they can run on hundreds of millions of small power banks, the cars they are sitting in. I don't think many people understand just how much energy Tesla will have access to with millions of cars on the road. The numbers are quite insane, as Brian explained. Just 10 million cars, and remember, Tesla already has 7 million cars on the road today, but 10 million cars with 60 kilowatt of power output. That is 600 gigawatt of power. So if you don't know how much 600 gigawatt of power is, well, I asked Grok about it, and here you can see Brian's math checks out. And yes, as you can see, a nuclear power plant usually has a power output of 1 gigawatt. So that should put in perspective just how much power 600 gigawatt is. So sure, they can't use all of those cars at the same time, but when Tesla is going to have hundreds of millions of cars on the road, including the cybercabs, by next decade, they could probably pretty easily find 10 billion cars not doing anything, especially during the day when people are at work and actually need to use them for AI inference. So Tesla is actually going to have a huge advantage over every other data center in the world, as they decentralize both data power and energy consumption. This is a brilliant idea from Tesla, and they could even have those millions of cars, if they're not being used for AI, just mining cryptocurrency. The possibility for Tesla here are almost endless, as they will sit with the world's biggest combined energy source and the biggest compute power on the planet combined with all their data centers. And Elon also posted on X too many game studios that are owned by massive corporation. XAI is going to start an AI game studio to make games great again. This is actually a great idea, and something they can get help from by the Tesla AI team that has created virtual realities with AI for a long time actually. They used to use programmers to make intersection or whatever place Tesla had trouble with the full self-driving. So they will make that intersection or whatever it was in virtual reality, so they could train the car on that specific area again and again and again. And it used to take the programmers like 2 weeks to create such a virtual reality site. Now Tesla's AI can do it in 5 minutes. And that's a year or two ago they talked about that. So just imagine what will happen when the normally quite slow progress of creating a high performance game that can take a year or two suddenly can be done in a matter of weeks or maybe even hours at some point. And we could get some very innovative games as well, as it is not the same people that are just making a new game. And this will of course end up in your Cybercab as well, where you can play some of the best games in the world in your robo-taxi made by Tesla with Grok integration, so you can talk with your car playing games made by XAI using Starlink internet while driving. Yeah, this is one hell of an empire Elon Musk is creating. And speaking of being at the cusp of a step change in AI progress, remember, version 13 of full self-driving is also coming out any day now. And remember, in the beginning of the year, some were still using version 11. So within a year, Tesla has gone from version 11 to version 13. And the version 12 was a step change for Tesla, their ChatGPT moment as it has been called by investors. And now we're going to get another step change in performance with version 13. Just unreal, the pace of progress we are seeing right now, the likes of which we have never seen before. And this is just happening all over Elon Musk companies with XAI and Tesla. And Tesla also showed off the progress of Tesla's robot, we cannot forget to mention, as they showed off their new hand of the Optimus robot in action, catching a tennis ball, as Mylan wrote on X. Our new hand, forearm, with double the numbers of degrees of freedom, now in action on the butt. There's 22 degrees of freedom on the hand and 3 on the wrist and forearm. This little video was made last night in the lab, teleoperated, and is real time. Give us confidence that we will very soon be making all new bots with those on. Still some work to be finished by the end of the year, in particularly around extended textile sensoring integration, much more surface coverage than the previous hand, verifying control through tendons and saving some weight off the forearm. All actuators has been moved to the forearm, which has increased its weight. Interesting challenge around having enough squishiness, compliance, and protective layers on the fingers and palm without affecting textile sensoring too much. And just look at that hand. It basically looks like a human hand, very impressive. And remember, yes, this practice here is teleoperated, but that is also how the robot learns to do stuff. So it will not be long before it can do this autonomously. The Optimus robot is really coming along fast, and the AI brain is also going to be a collaboration between Tesla's AI team that has made huge footwork with their neural network for the cars and now for the robot that is teaching about the world, and between XAI that will bring a big part of the brain as well by making Grok 3 or maybe Grok 4 a part of the neural network. So it will have access to the best large language model in the world and understand almost anything and learn incredibly fast. Brian thinks that Grok will get some huge upgrades every 3 months going forward in 2025, so we should end up close to Grok 7 by late next year. Just imagine how clever that AI is going to be, and that means how clever Optimus probably is going to be next year. This is all happening incredibly fast. So looking at the pace of innovation that is happening at Elon's companies at the moment, I think we have some extremely exciting things coming our way in just the next 12 to 18 months. As now the pace of innovation at his companies is so fast, it's actually quite hard to wrap your head around the pace itself. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.